Hello and welcome to Kashmir Now. I'm your host Lipakshi Khurana. Let's take a look at what made news this week. Local politicians demand change as rising prices and government apathy plague POK. A socio-political activist, Javed Ahmed Beg, highlighted Pakistan's atrocities on Shia community at 54th UNHRC. Ganesh Chaturti celebrated with much pomp and show in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Government builds a special mother-child care hospital for residents of Siot block in J&K. And in a special section of Incredible India, we take you to the country's western state Maharashtra, where the harvest festival Bel Pola was celebrated with great enthusiasm. The residents of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir have been grappling with Islamabad's evil policies. The region has long endured what locals describe as second-class treatment for years. The skyrocketing fuel prices, scarcity of essential commodities and a lack of responsive governance have pushed the people of POK to their limits, while criticizing the local government for increasing petroleum prices twice, putting an additional burden on the already struggling population. A prominent local leader emphasized the need for free and fair elections. We have a report.
Pakistan-occupied Kashmir has been grappling with the cascading effects of Islamabad policies, leaving its residents in distress. The region has long endured what locals describe as second-class treatment since its invasion in 1947. Recent developments, including skyrocketing fuel prices, scarcity of essential commodities, and a lack of responsive governance, have pushed the people of POK to their limits. Local politicians in POK have been vocal about the dire situation. While criticizing the caretaker government for increasing petroleum prices twice, putting an additional burden on already struggling population, one prominent local leader emphasized the need for free and fair elections.
हमारा मुतालबा है इस मुल्क के अंदर बर वक्त साफ और शफाफ इंतखाबात का इनाकात किया जाए। बढ़ती हुई महंगाई और पेट्रोलियम प्राइसेस की जो कीमतें बढ़ाई गई हैं उनको वापस लिया जाए। आटे के लिए जो आजाद कश्मीर की आवाम को दर दर की ठोकरें खानी पड़ती हैं, लाइनों में लगना पड़ता है, उस आटे की किल्लत को कम किया जाए। 2 मरतबा इस केयरटेकर गवर्नमेंट ने पेट्रोलियम की प्राइसेस में इजाफा करके आवाम के ऊपर बेपनाह बोझ डाला। आज यहाँ पे गाड़ियां खड़ी हैं, लेकिन लोग गाड़ियों पे बैठने के लिए तैयार नहीं है, चूंकि किरायों में इजाफा हो चुका है।
The residents feel increasingly helpless as they grapple with double whammy of rising costs and government apathy. The dire state of healthcare, education, road infrastructure, transport and electricity further compounds the region's woes, leaving citizens with nowhere to turn. Their hopes now rest on the promise of reforms and responsive governance as they grapple with the harsh reality and their region continues to bear the brunt of Islamabad's policies.
इस वक्त तक जो सबसे ज्यादा नुकसान उठा रहे हैं वो कश्मीर के मजलूम बेकस अवाम है, जिनके हुकूमत तो है, जिनके वज़रा हैं, लेकिन उन वज़रा के पास महकमे और इख्तियार नहीं है। ये लोग अपने सेहत के, तालीम के, रोजगार के, सड़कों के, शारात के, पानी के, बिजली के मसाइल लेके किस वजीर के पास जाएं? जिस भी वजीर के पास जाते हैं वो कहते हैं कि अभी तक हमारी वजारतों का फैसला नहीं हो सका, अभी तक ये तय नहीं हुआ कि किसके पास क्या वजारत होगी, जिस वजह से आजाद कश्मीर के अंदर एक नफ्सा नफसी का आलम है, एक अफरा तफरी का आलम है, एक सियासी अदम इस्तेहकाम का आलम है।
Their plight underscores the urgent need for attention to be directed towards the beleaguered region, where every day life has become a struggle against adversity. As prices continue to surge and governance remains ineffective, the people of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir yearn for change and relief.
Pakistan has been carrying out gross human rights violations in POK and Gilgit-Baltistan for over 7 decades now. The more recent incidents of atrocities carried out by the Pakistani militia on the Shia community in Gilgit-Baltistan has shocked the residents. Demonstrations against Pakistan are happening in all cities. towns and villages of illegally occupied territories. A socio-political activist, Javed Ahmed Beg from the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, made an intervention at the 54th United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva, highlighting Pakistan's atrocities on Shias. We are now joined by the activist on our show to know more about the intervention and his views on Pakistan's policies pertaining to Gilgit-Baltistan and POK. So, Mr. Beg, tell us about the recent intervention you led at the 54th United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva.
I am fortunate enough to represent at 54th session UNHRC at Geneva, Switzerland, wherein I made an oral statement regarding the plight of Shia Muslims all across Pakistan, the way Shia Muslims have been oppressed, especially in Gilgit and Baltistan, which is the only Shia majority region occupied by Pakistan. I stressed upon international community at the highest forum of United Nations at Geneva to press government of Pakistan, which is patronizing some extremist militant groups. One is Sipahi Sahaba, which has changed its name to Ahl Sunnat wal Jamaat, and another is Lashkar-e-Jangvi, who are known notorious militant groups in Pakistan to attack non-Muslims, especially members of minority communities like Christians, Ahmadiyas, and now Shias. In last 2 months, you are also aware, I'm sure, the way people of Gilgit and Baltistan have been subjected to inhumane, and many people all across Gilgit and Baltistan have been killed. A very famous religious scholar, his name is Aga Al-Bakir Hussaini. He has been arrested on the false charges of blasphemy. He was raising his voice against an amendment Pakistan brought into in blasphemy laws, wherein they can falsely implicate any member of minority community. And similarly, one youth activist was arrested and sent to central jail, and he has been pressed with some charges which come under National Security Act. This is how Pakistani regime has been treating minorities for the last 77 years. And there is some data I would like to read, which is an authentic data. According to Human Rights Watch, as many as 4,000 Shias were killed by Sunni extremists. There are two well-known militant groups. One is Sipahi Sahaba. Now they have changed their name to Ahl Sunnat wal Jamaat, Pakistan. And another is Lashkar-e-Jangvi. So these extremists, they have killed more than 4,000 people between 1987 to 2000. And according to Muslim Vibe, almost 23,000 Shias were murdered in Pakistan since 1963. So Pakistan has a good number of minority Shia community, which is in between 15% to 20%. But right now, the plight of Shias all across Pakistan is worrisome. And the way Shias have been subjected to inhumane and torturous behavior by these organizations who enjoy patronage of Pakistani regime, especially Pakistani Army and Pakistan's intelligence agency called ISI. And all this, started during the time of Ziaul Haq, who is believed to be the mastermind of Shia massacre in Gilgit and Baltistan. In last 2 months, we have seen, and almost I think I'm sure, every international community has their eyes on Gilgit and Baltistan, whereas people does not have access to internet. People does not have access to any government facility or institution. People cannot raise voice. They are falsely implicated under notorious and infamous blasphemy laws according to Pakistani constitution. Shias are being called traitors because Shias have shown interest and they are believed to be loyal to India, Iran, and Syria's Assad regime and Hezbollah. This is the main reason, and this is how Pakistani establishment believes that people of Gilgit and Baltistan are no longer interested in staying with Pakistan. In fact, we saw a million march at Gilgit and Baltistan just last month, wherein people believe more than 500,000 people had assembled, and they were asking Pakistani authorities to open the route towards Kargil in Jammu and Kashmir, India.
Well, Mr. Beg, there are many anti-Pakistan protests going on all across POK, and there was also a news that many residing near the LOC called upon Prime Minister Modi to get them freed from clutches of Pakistan. So how do you see the situation in POK?
Yeah, absolutely right. The situation is worst in POK. People are struggling to get even 2 meals of a day for their livelihood. People in POK have been demanding this since 1947. This is not the first time. We have seen in the past people have protested there, but they were crushed by the regimes. They were crushed. The total control of POK is under Pakistani army and spy agency ISI, and that is the only reason POK has become safe haven for terrorist organizations. You can say, that's an industry for terrorist organizations, not only of those of Pakistani origin, but of foreign origin as well. We have seen in the past, world-recognized terrorist Osama bin Laden was also hiding there. He was killed there. So, yes, I think this should be rather the primary most agenda of NDA led by Honorable PM Narendra Modi Sahab to take a final call about our territory, which is POK and Gilgit-Baltistan. People of Gilgit-Baltistan, in the past as well and in recent past, marched towards the international, border as well. They have been asking Pakistani authorities to let them enter India without anything. This is what I heard one of the famous leader of Gilgit-Baltistan asking Pakistani authorities. They want nothing but freedom from Pakistani army establishment, and they want to enter India. And yes, we, as a great civilization, are proud to be a country which has and holds a record of providing asylum to anybody, any individual, community, or people belonging to any religion in India. So you can see people of West Pakistan. We call them West Pakistani refugees. People of Tibet, people of Burma, Rohingyas, all have come to India. But people of POK and Gilgit-Baltistan are the actual residents of India. So we have every right and responsibility to protect their life and provide them a dignified entry into India. This is what I believe, and this is how I presented my speech at UNHRC 54th session.
Well, thank you, Mr. Beg, for joining us. Have a great day. And moving on, Ganesh Chaturti is one of the grand festivals of India. The grandeur of the festival is such that the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir in the north, a Muslim-majority region too, could not resist to indulge in the festivities. The Ganpatiyar temple in the Habba Kadal area of Srinagar held the celebrations of Ganesh Chaturthi with such magnificence and splendor that devotees were absorbed in the aura of Sri Lord Ganesha. Let's have a look.
Ganesh Chaturti, also regarded as the Ganesh Utsav festival, was celebrated in the Haba Kadal area of Srinagar with great devotion and fervour. The 10-day festival marks the birth of the most revered Hindu god, Lord Sri Ganesh, often referred to by names like Siddhi Vinayak, Ekdant, Lambodar and Ganpati. The elephant-headed deity is reckoned as the god of wisdom and prosperity. In the Indian culture, people worship Lord Ganesh at the very start of any religious event or before making any decision or deal of great value.
जब हम कश्मीरी पंडित की बात करें तो हमारे समुदाय के लिए भी ये बहुत ही मानवर फेस्टिवल माना जाता है। और इसमें क्या होता है, हमारी एक पूजा रहती है जो कि सबसे पहले अगर मैं बताऊं कि गणेश जी का बर्थडे माना जाता है। इस दिन बर्थडे होती है, एक रात पहले पूजा चलती है और अगले दिन आहुति देने के बाद सबको प्रसाद बांटा जाता है। तो उस हिसाब से ये पूजा मनाई जाती है।
The festivity brings true joy to the lives of people as it narrates yet another story of love and harmony within communities residing in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Hindus, Muslims and people from all other religious beliefs join hands to celebrate the festivity organized at the Ganpataya temple.
अगर हम आज के ही त्यौहार की बात करें तो हमारे जो मुस्लिम भाई लोग हैं वो भी आए थे, वो भी हमसे मिले, बैठते हैं हमारे साथ, एक साथ हम हर फेस्टिवल को मनाते हैं। तो ऐसा नहीं है, वो भाईचारा हमेशा कंटिन्यू रहता है, चाहे जो भी कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस हो। दैट्स नॉट द बैरियर इन बिटवीन इट, हमेशा भाईचारा कंटिन्यू रहता है।
The devotees offered flowers and eatables to the god and performed havans and prayers, seeking blessings from the revered Lord Ganesh. Amidst the religious chanting of Ganpati Bappa Moria, the devotees carried the eco-friendly idol of Lord Ganesh to the pious Jhelum river to bid adieu to the revered god, with a wish that the coming days remain joyous and peaceful for the mankind.
जितने भी लोग थे सबका सपोर्ट रहा, जितनी भी कम्युनिटीज थी उन्होंने भी बधाइयाँ दी और हमारे साथ शोल्डर टू शोल्डर खड़े रहे। इस फंक्शन को पूरा खड़े करने में सबका ही हाथ है, तो मैं शुक्रगुजार हूँ सबका जो भी इस चीज में इन्वॉल्व थे।
Festival like these helps foster an amiable bond among communities in the society and nourish the feeling of brotherhood. These festivals also motivate people to celebrate each other's joys and stand united in all thick and thins of life.
Moving on, the construction of the first special mother-child care hospital in Siot block of Rajouri is being done on a war footing. The 100-bed hospital will be equipped with the latest medical technology. It is set to become a nearest healthcare facility for Poonch, Rajouri, Kalakot, Naushera and other areas. The residents will no longer be required to travel to Jammu for their healthcare emergencies. We have a report.
It will be a huge relief for the people living in small villages of Naushera. After construction of a hospital alongside Rajouri-Poonch highway, the residents of Siot and many other areas will be able to reach the medical facility in no time. The mother-child hospital will play a crucial role during childbirth emergencies and also serve as the nearest medical center for the victims of untoward road accidents on the national highway.
देखिए, जहाँ पर हॉस्पिटल तो बहुत हैं, लेकिन ये मदर चाइल्ड हॉस्पिटल जो बहुत ही नेसेसिटी थी गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से, ये सैंक्शन हुआ है और ये नेशनल हाईवे के ऊपर है। किसी भी किस्म की जो बर्डन होगा बाकी के हॉस्पिटल्स पे नहीं पड़ेगा और जच्चा बच्चा जो है उसके लिए बहुत ही अहम है।
100-bed hospital equipped with world-class technology will cater to a large number of patients in Nowshera and many other districts. The construction of the hospital is being done on a war footing, and many other medical facilities and infrastructure development works have been undertaken by the Public Works Department, PWD.
हमारे डिवीज़न में इसके अलावा बहुत से काम चल रहे हैं, जैसे सब डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल नौशहरा में 100 बेडेड वो चल रहा है, सब डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल 50 बेडेड सुंदरबनी में चल रहा है, एक दराट में ब्रिज बनाया है, अभी और ब्रिज एक गवर्नमेंट ने सैंक्शन किया है, तो होपफुली रोड्स भी हैं, काफ़ी एग्रीकल्चर का एक SMF फार्म चल रहा है, मॉडलर हायर सेकेंडरी स्कूल लंबेड़ी में चल रहा है। तो इस हिसाब से बहुत से अच्छे काम हैं जो गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से जो सैंक्शन होते हैं वो हम एग्जीक्यूटिव एजेंसी PWD की तरफ से आगे उनको कंप्लीट किया जाता है।
बहुत ही जल्दी हमारी ये कोशिश है, विद इन स्टिपुलेटेड टाइम हम ये प्रोजेक्ट जो है वो कंप्लीट करके हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट को हैंड ओवर कर देंगे। इस बिल्डिंग में हमारा एक मेन ब्लॉक है, उसके साथ हमारा इसमें ऑक्सीजन जनरेशन प्लांट है, डॉक्टर्स के क्वार्टर्स हैं, स्टाफ के क्वार्टर्स हैं, गार्ड रूम है, जितनी भी नेसेसरी एमेनिटीज़ जो एक हेल्थ केयर के लिए चाहिए वो सारी की सारी फैसिलिटीज़ यहाँ हमें इसके साथ अवेलेबल हैं।
With development of the hospital, the residents anticipate more employment opportunities for the youngsters. The rapid infrastructure developments they have witnessed in recent years have certainly brought a huge relief for them.
यहाँ परेशानी होती थी, कहीं भी डिलीवरी होनी है तो यहाँ से हमें जम्मू तक जाना सफ़र करना पड़ता था, और ये जो मिड पॉइंट रखा है इन्होंने बड़ा अच्छा है, क्योंकि यहाँ पुंछ से लेके रजौरी से लेके कालाकोट से लेके नौशहरा से लेके सभी प्रकार के यहाँ के जो लोग हैं सभी यहाँ आ सकते हैं, और साथ में यहाँ नेशनल हाईवे है, नेशनल हाईवे होने के नाते यहाँ पे एक्सीडेंट होने लाजमी है, तो इतना ज़्यादा एक्सीडेंट होते थे, और कई बार तो ऐसा हुआ है कि लोगों का जो ब्लड है यहाँ पे ही निकल जाता था जम्मू पहुँचते ही। तो यहाँ ये जो हॉस्पिटल हमारे सियोट में बन रहा है, इस हॉस्पिटल से बहुत ज़्यादा हमारी जो यहाँ की आवाम है इसको फ़ायदा होने जा रहा है।
The proximity of the hospital to many areas will further lessen the burden of patients on other hospitals as well. The Government of India has all its engines fired to bring a rapid growth to the Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. The unmatched pace of infrastructural growth in the region and schemes directed towards the common man have brought progress to Jammu and Kashmir on all fronts.
And finally, we take you to India's western state Maharashtra, where the harvest festival, the Bel Pola, was celebrated with great enthusiasm. This Thanksgiving Day is celebrated by the farmers to acknowledge the importance of bulls and oxen, which hold a key part in agriculture and farming activities. It's when the bulls are allowed to rest and are beautifully decorated with bells, ornaments and colorful shawls. Take a look.
India has a diverse and rich cultural heritage. Like Baisakhi in northern India, Bel Pola is the harvest festival celebrated by farmers in the western part of the country. Bendur or Pola is an agricultural festival celebrated in Maharashtra on the no moon day of the Hindu month Shravana.
हर साल की तरह जो सावन के महीने में जो अमावस्या आती है उस दिन ये बैलों का त्योहार पूरे महाराष्ट्र में मनाया जाता है। तो हमारे यहाँ भी जो खेती है वहाँ खेती में जो बैल काम करते हैं तो उसके लिए जो बैल है उसके प्रति ये हम भी हमारे कारागृह में कि बैल पोला जिसको बोलते हैं वो मनाते हैं।
On this occasion, the bullocks, which were an integral part of agriculture in the state, are worshipped and are also given special food to eat. They are decorated with ornaments and taken out in processions with music and dance. The procession of the bulls marks the social standing of the farmers. It is the way in which the local farmers show their gratitude towards the bulls for their assistance in the agricultural works.
पर आज का दिन ऐसा होता है कि इस दिन उनके लिए कोई काम नहीं है, बल्कि जो उनका मालिक है यानी जो फार्मर है, काश्तकार है, वो उनकी पूजा करता है, उनको नहलाता है, उनको सजाता है, पूजा करता है, उनको खाना खिलाता है और इस तरह से साजरा होता है। और करते वक्त सब लोगों को साथ में लेके चलने की एक प्रथा होती है।
Traditionally, farmers in India used to plug their fields with county plows using bullocks, but in modern times they are replaced by machines including tractors. Still, in various parts of rural India, small farmers use the traditional methods of farming and they organize Thanksgiving festivals to acknowledge the importance of bulls and oxen. Such festivals not only preserve India's centuries-old traditions, but strengthen the bond between men and animals.
Well, that's all we have for you in this week's episode. Goodbye and take care.
आप देख रहे हैं डीडी कशिर, एहसास कश्मीर का।